Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Consult here, and we are still a couple of days away from the Game Week 22 deadline. We do have quite a bit of a break, but today we're going to take a look at my early transfer plans, and I decided that as we get more and more results from the Cup games, from the EFL Cup games and the FA Cup games, as we find out a little bit more about what will happen moving on, example the blank in Game Week 25, and also potentially the confirmation of a double Game Week 22, as we get more and more information, I'll release more and more videos with a little bit more certainty each time I release a video. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. It's just a little bit of an early tinker into what I plan to do with my team. Right? If you guys do enjoy this one, of course, please like the video and also subscribe as well if you are new around here and you haven't done so. Right? Alright, so on the screen right now is my squad balance, and basically it just helps me to tell you guys what I think about some players. So there's the pending transfers tier, short-term holds, mid-term holds, and foundation tier. Right, so as you guys can see, there are mainly 3 players that I think really need to get out of my team and players that I would want to replace immediately. Right, so Salah, Almiron, and Mitrovic. Now I only have 2 free transfers in Game Week 22, so I probably I won't take a hit. I'm likely not to take a hit. So I'm probably only going to transfer 2 of these players out, and that's either of Salah, Almiron, and Mitrovic. Right, so it's likely that it'll be Salah and Mitrovic, but we'll take a look at the plans that I have, and also Mitrovic has a yellow flag, so it may have to be him. Right, in the midterm holds tier though, there is Kepa and Martinelli, and that's because Kepa, I'm thinking that maybe in the future I would want to upgrade him to Edison. Right, so potentially that's one of the moves that I do want to make. And Martinelli, we will have to assess the situation and see how Trossard fits into the team and if he eats into Martinelli's minutes or not. Right, so as for the foundation tier, I don't think I'll remove any of those players there. I know Ben White has raised a couple of eyebrows recently because he got taken off at halftime, but I do think that was because he was yellow carded and he was playing against Rashford, who was kind of having a lot of joy down that right flank. Right, so in that respect, I think Ben White would still be safe for minutes. It's just for that particular game, it was kind of tactically wiser to take him off at halftime. Right, so as for bench players, there's Ward, Bueno, and Patterson. Now, I am actually considering that one of the moves later on I can make is to take Patterson out, who's red flagged for quite a while already, take him out and potentially replace him with a City defender if I want to keep Kepa. Right, so this is what I'm thinking about my team currently. Let's take a look at how my squad lines up for Game Week 22 without any transfers made so far. So this is how my team looks like in Game Week 22 without any transfers made, and as of recording, there are a couple of results that have come out of the EFL semi-final first leg, and that is that Newcastle is winning Southampton 1-0, and Manchester United is also winning Nottingham Forest 3-0, right? And they take this lead into the second leg, so it is likely that they will progress to the final. And if that happens, then in Game Week 25, Newcastle and Manchester United will most definitely blank, and on top of that, Brighton and Brentford, who are their opponents for Game Week 25, will also blank. So it is important at this stage in Game Week 22, where there are only 3 to 4 transfers that we have leading up to Game Week 25, to watch how many players we have from these 4 teams as mentioned just now. So at this point in time, I have Trippier, I have Luke Shaw, I have Rashford, and I have Almiron, right? So these 4 players potentially blank in Game Week 25, and that's something I have at the back of my mind as well. And of course, in Game Week 22, it's looking likely that, it's not confirmed yet, but it's looking likely that Manchester United and Leeds will double, right? It's likely that happens, but it depends on the FA Cup results over the weekend as well. So along with that, once the results are out, I will release an updated transfer plans, but for now, what I intend to do if that double Game Week 22 is confirmed for Manchester United and Leeds is to take Salah out. So at this point in time, Salah has Wolves away, and also Mitrovic, who is currently yellow flagged, I can remove him for Nanto. And when I make those transfers, I probably will have 4 double game week players in Game Week 22, triple Manchester United, and 1 Leeds player in Nanto. And I probably will leave Almiron on the bench, Bueno and Patterson as well. Right, so at this point in time, those are the moves I'm likely to make. Right, but moving forward as well, we mentioned that blank in Game Week 25. So there are a couple of ways I can navigate that, and let's move on to the transfer plans tinkering to take a look at how I can plan my moves moving forward. So on the screen is the FPL.Team's transfer planner. It's a really good tool to use, especially now since it's not wise at all to make any transfers or lock in any moves because there's so many games to be played. Right, so I play around with this website and basically plan my moves here, and it is very, very helpful. Right, so if you guys do want to check it out, it's FPL.Team. Right, so at this point, I'm going to key in the moves that I already mentioned just now, which is Salah to Bruno Fernandes. That is one move that I'm likely going to lock in already. That gives me 3 Manchester United players: Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, and Luke Shaw. And the next move is Mitrovic to Nanto. Right, so currently it's looking like this, and then I would have 4 double game week players. Right, but another move that I can also do if I don't want to do Mitrovic down to Nanto, if Mitrovic turns out to be fit, right, then I can also do Almiron to Mitoma. Right, but the reason why I don't really like this move is because if I do this move and Brighton do blank in game week 25, then I would be stuck with another player who blanks, right? So ideally, I would want to take Almiron out for someone who doesn't blank in game week 25, right? Because the 3 players that I'm likely to blank in game week 25, I'm likely to bench in game week 25 is Trippier, Luke Shaw, and Marcus Rashford, right? Fernandes will probably leave my team by then, and I will show you guys. So say I reverse the Mitoma move back to Almiron because I'm likely not to do that. I'll probably just make the 2 moves, which is Salah and Mitrovic to Fernandes and Nanto. Right, and moving forward to game week 23, I'm probably going to switch Fernandes out, right, for Kevin De Bruyne, who is someone that I think will be important in game week 23 with that double. With Manchester City's double, right? So they play Aston Villa and Arsenal, and then Arsenal also double there. I already tripled up on them, right? So Odegaard, Martinelli, and Ben White, right? So I think going into game week 23 with 2 Man City players and 3 Arsenal players, I think it's all right, right? I am considering bringing in a defender as well, but I think that can wait 1 more week. With that Arsenal away fixture, it seems as if Manchester City will concede in that one, so it's likely that the defenders, all the defensive assets from Manchester City will just get 1 clean sheet. At least that's what I'm thinking, right? And then when we move forward on to game week 24, right, there is a potential that I can roll the transfer here. But in game week 25, where it's likely that they blank currently, Trippier, Luke Shaw, and Rashford, they have fixtures there, but it is likely that they will blank. And also Almiron on the bench, it is likely he'll blank as well. Right, so for game week 25 with 2 free transfers, I can just remove Almiron and also remove Patterson as well, right, who is currently red flagged, and I can remove Patterson for maybe a City defender. They play Bournemouth away as well, and then Almiron, I can remove him for another player, say Andreas Pereira, right? I think that's it could be time, right, to bring Andreas Pereira into my team and switch to a 3-4-3 moving forward as well, right? So those are some of the moves that I'm thinking all the way up till game week 25, but a lot of things have not been confirmed yet. So we move back all the way to game week 22, and it's likely that I'll just make these 2 moves, right? Bruno Fernandes in and Nanto in, Salah and Mitrovic out. But of course, I haven't locked in any of my moves at this point in time, and I do advise that those of you guys who are tinkering as well to tinker on transfer planner websites and not make any transfers. We've seen so many price rises recently, but there have been so many games yet to be played, right? So if players do get injured in those games, it really changes the landscape of FPL, right? So advice is really just to hold out your transfers and just tinker around on the transfer planner website, right? Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and hopefully it gives you a bit of an idea of some players to bring in moving forward into game week 22 as well. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like and also subscribe as well if you are new around here, and I'll catch you guys in more game week 22 content very soon. Right, bye bye.